Are you tired of feeling powerless against a system designed to break families apart? Do you demand answers, truth, and justice when it comes to child protective services? Then it's time to shatter the silence and tune in to the #1 CPS podcast that speaks the harsh truth. Tiff and The Punisher. We're here to expose what they don't want you to know, to give a voice to the voiceless, and to empower you with the information you need to fight back. Join us live Monday through Friday at 7:45 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/@abolishcps. Every Thursday, we bring in a special guest host, the one and only Angry Citizen, to dive even deeper into the issues that matter most. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. We're creating a new wave, a community demanding accountability and transparency from CPS. But we don't just talk about the problems, we offer solutions. Introducing the CPS Punisher app, the educator they didn't want you to find. Available at www.thecpspunisher.com. This revolutionary tool is a must-have for anyone involved with CPS cases. It helps you track and analyze every detail, giving you the upper hand and the knowledge to navigate this complex system. Don't walk into your next CPS interaction unprepared. Arm yourself with the truth. Arm yourself with knowledge, and arm yourself with the CPS Punisher. Join the fight, get informed, and become part of the new wave. Tiff and the Punisher, the truth they can't silence. Tune in tonight.
This is Tiff from Virginia, the Punisher from Maine, and the Angry Citizen. You're listening to Tiff and the Punisher with the Angry Citizen. We fight CPS corruption. We free America.
And we stop the kidnapping of our kids.
I'm the Angry Citizen, pure Maine bred fire. CPS roll through town like a government choir.
We're just here to help, they said with a smile. Then they took the kids and drove off in style.
I said help, you call that help? That's a raid. You stole the future and you call it aid. They write their reports while the parents go broke. I write the Constitution and I call it a joke. They want quiet parents who never push back. I want every family they touch to attack. Free America means free from this scam. Stop kidnapping kids in the name of the plan.
Tiff from Virginia and I don't do soft talk. They showed up with clipboards and a fake Jenna walk. Tried to tell me my kids weren't safe in my care. I said safer with me than with y'all anywhere. Brought me a stack of papers thicker than sin. I handed it back and said this is where you begin to lose. Because I know what you really do. You break families down, they call it brand new. CPS loves a crisis and a signature line. But I love my kids more than their overtime. You don't get to play savior while you cash the check.
We're free in America, one rescued family next. Daring Gray, the Punisher, still standing after the fire. They took more than houses, they took the whole desire to live free without fear of a knock on the door. Now I'm knocking back harder than ever before.
You took the kids, you took the peace, you took the trust. Now I'm taking names and I don't do just. Section 1983 is my favorite bedtime story. Right next to how CPS lost all its glory. They said it was protection
I said protection from what?
from parents who love.
From homes that are tough.
You kidnap the kids, then you sell the whole lie.
We're free in America.
And you're out of time.
Angry Citizen,
Tiff and the Punisher.
3 loud mouths and
We ain't nearly done.
from Virginia heat.
To Maine, ice and rain.
We fight CPS corruption and we like the pain. Free America,
Stop the kidnapping game.
bring our kids home.
With the system to shame.
Tiff and the Punisher.
With the Angry Citizen.
You wanted quiet families. You got a whole army instead. You took the kids. Where's the damn proof?
You took the kids, now we're telling the truth.
You took the kids and you still want applause.
Receipts on receipts.
Now the whole country knows.
Constitution in one hand, kids in the other.
Angry Citizen,
Tiff and the Punisher.
3 loud mouths and
We ain't nearly done.
from Virginia heat.
To Maine, ice and
We
rain.
fight CPS corruption and we like the pain. Free America,
Stop the kidnapping game.
bring our kids home.
Put the system to shame.
Tiff and the Punisher.
With the Angry Citizen.
You wanted quiet families. You
won't stand for corruption. We won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast. Now joined by the angry citizen. This is a powerful trio set out to spread the Constitution. This is a powerful trio set out to stop the evil CPS.
We won't stand for corruption, and we won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen.
Hello.
What's up, Dana? What's up, Tiff?
CPS Punisher.
Not much.
Yes. Dana, I meant to tell you about this the other day when I was speaking to you on the phone, and I couldn't believe it. And I've got to pull it up here. That's what I was trying to just do there a minute ago, and I lost track of what I do like I usually do. But what I'm looking for is this video clip here that I think you need to do something about this. Very much so. So up here in Maine, which we'll get to this on the Maine Matters show tomorrow night. But this Tiff, this was the one of the people that were for Graham Plattner, the guy that was racist and all this stuff. They needed to replace him. So this lady here, or him thing, right there, this one here, I want you guys to listen to what it says.
Several times, didn't win, but they did run. And then I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books, and then I suppose my transparency, I wouldn't lie to the people, and I wouldn't deceive the people like we're being deceived right now. Like, we get lied to, smoke and mirrors, like what's going on with ICE. And I suppose the biggest thing is, like, I'm just an angry citizen now, and if I got elected, I'd be an angry senator.
Dana, did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
That thing said it was an angry citizen.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. I almost dropped in our state of Maine. I thought there was only one of them here, not two.
Well, it's funny because my dad called me complaining about this whole thing, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? My friend Darren lives up there. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll find out. And Darren was like, "What?" So he started
Yeah.
looking into it, and he's like, "Yep, it's really going on." My dad was like, "This is unbelievable. They got to be a blue state."
Oh my God.
Well, the Democrats are scrambling to fill the void to replace their golden boy, Graham Plattner. And it's really pathetic. I mean, the whole thing is pathetic. It's pathetically unrepresentative. There's nothing to do with who we the people want. It's who these party politicians want to stick in there to do their bidding. It's really disturbing.
And I haven't heard one bit of anyone talking about CPS, but even though the state of Maine is one of the most corrupt, or I would dare to even say, and I'll argue till the cows come home with the Canton boys, but I think Maine is about the most corrupt state that there is with CPS. I mean, the things that go on up here are ridiculous. You know, you have the oversight committees suing DHHS. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. But, you know, no one's listening, and you don't hear any of these politicians talking about it either. Not one of them. Not one.
Yeah, they don't talk about real issues. That's one of the reasons none of them will work with me, because I start asking very painful questions, talking about real issues. They don't want to talk about the real issues. They want to talk about the little things that they can use that will get them elected, not what really needs to happen in our state. Because
that's how
politically
stupid they are. That's how stupid they are. Because if you would talk about CPS and you would come out and grow a set of balls and come out, you'd get a whole state full of people voting for you.
Probably would.
You know, I mean, how many people in Maine are affected by CPS each year? I don't even know how many there are up here in Maine that get affected. I know it's not a massive number, but there's still a lot. You know, like let me see here. Maine is affected by CPS by how many times? Let's see. Roughly 15,000 families each year in the state of Maine. So I don't know how many people.
That means 30,000.
Yeah, right. And I don't know how many people vote in Maine. Maine's voting turnout. Voter turnout in Maine. Let's see what it is here. What number do we have? Oh, my ad blocker's on. I gotta disable it. Sorry. Let's see. You know, there we go. Disabled you. Take you off, Mr. Ad Blocker. All right. Maine voter turnout is. Go back. Let's see. 74.2. They're using these percentage things right here, and I can't. All right. 74,000. Is that what it is? 74,000. It looks like. Trying the presidential election, so that's going to be a big number. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, it looks like 74,000 maybe. So half of that, then, if that number's correct, is
only 74,000 people supposedly voted in Maine.
I'm trying to see this thing. That's kind of what it seems to be like it's saying.
How many people are in Maine? Like, what's Maine's population? Because I know Virginia's is like 900,000.
What is the population of Maine, Dana? Do you know?
I thought it was about 1.25 million people.
Is that what? I don't know. There's not a lot though. We don't have a lot. Let's see. Well, in 2024, the total ballots counted were 74.2%. I'm looking, they're giving me all these percentages, but they're not giving me the actual numbers. Let's see. If I go back and just ask how many people in Maine vote, I think that's what that says though. How many people in Maine vote? Okay, let's see here. What do we got? This is always when that Google AI thing just doesn't show up at the top of the page.
So it says Maine's population is 1.4 million.
Very good, Dana. Nice work.
So how can you only have 74,000 people voting?
I don't know if that was right or not.
I don't think
know if
that's right.
the numbers were
I
right.
think the number is somewhere around half, very roughly, of the people vote.
Why is there nothing that's showing? Well, you know what it's time for. Oh, there he is, my phone. I can't use it. Just 1 second here. We will ask her when all else fails. Go to her.
Are you engaging Ara again?
Hey, Ara.
Here we go.
Hey there. The room's warm.
All right.
Hey,
easy. We're on the Tiff and Punisher show with the Angry Citizen.
Oh, the Tinny Punisher.
Yes. So, Ara, what I'd like to know is how many people in the state of Maine voted in the last election?
In the 2024 general election, 842,447 people voted in Maine. That's the total ballots cast, a record high with about 74.6% turnout of eligible voters.
Wow.
The presidential race alone saw roughly 831,000 votes.
How many people are expected to vote in this next election coming up?
The next election is the 2026 midterm on November 3rd, with a tight Senate race between Susan Collins and her Democratic challenger. No official turnout projections exist yet, but recent midterms saw around 681,000 voters in 2022. With this race heating up, expect something between 700,000 and 800,000. That could push it closer to the presidential year numbers we saw last time.
Hey, Ara, how many people in the state of Maine are affected by CPS each year?
The official number from Maine's DHHS is about 18,000 children reported to Child Protective Services each year. That's reports of suspected abuse or neglect. Not all get investigated or substantiated. Around 2,300 to 2,500 kids are in foster care at any given time.
All right. Thanks, Ara. I will talk to you later. So, there we go. So any idiot would grab onto the CPS number because you have 18,000 investigations a year. I mean, after 10 years, which most of these people are probably still in the state, you have 180,000 people that have been affected by CPS. I mean, that's a strong number for any politician to hold on to for a demographic of any group. I mean, that's just, I don't know why any of these politicians don't come out. I mean, I guess it's because it's political suicide, right? They would say.
There you go.
You would go out there and fight that.
Absolutely.
I mean, even that gentleman, what's his name? Butt Dong. What's the guy's name there? Butt Daggle.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
The former Secretary of Treasury there, the gay guy that just the people called CPS on him and they came and took his kids for a 24-hour period. Like even he won't come out and talk about how wrong what CPS does. He'll talk about, how bad it was for his family and everything, but he's still not talking about, the fact that this is what they do. I mean, this guy just got investigated and they came and they took his kids for 24 hours. But he still won't come out and just say it,
Yeah.
Like Sam Kinison used to say it, and they won't do it.
Nope.
They just won't do it.
Well, as soon as you get into the political spectrum or sphere at all, you have a million people telling you what you should and shouldn't do, what you should and shouldn't say. You can't speak the truth because you won't get elected, so forth and so on. Yeah. But I would speak the truth. I wouldn't care. Say, here's the truth. Do whatever you want with it. If you don't want to vote for me, don't vote for me.
Right, but it can only do good, wouldn't you think? Like, what other voter group do you think in this?
I agree with you, Darren. You're preaching to the choir.
In this country,
But this is what I run into, Darren. Every time I try to help people, okay, like I don't know if your viewers are familiar with the situation that happened with a doctor here in Maine, who's a friend of mine. His name's Dr. Paul Goslin, and he was stripped of his medical license because he was writing letters for people who asked him to do this for them, advising that he thought that the COVID shot was medically unnecessary or medically undesirable, so they could get excluded from this so-called mandate. And his license was suspended for that, which is utterly ridiculous. The entire thing was a sham. It was just a giant witch hunt to punish him because he went against the narrative. And he was in an incident a few months ago, maybe roughly a year ago, I think it was. He was shot by police. They said he was trying to run one of them over. He was traveling out of state, and it's kind of a long story, but the gist of it is he was parked somewhere trying to rest, and he happened to choose like an inn bed and breakfast type place in the parking lot, and they called the police because they were real worried about him. I don't know why, but the police
Right.
showed up, and for some reason they thought he was armed, which he wasn't armed. But even if he had been armed, that wouldn't have given him the right to shoot him. And so he was arrested. They shot him in the shoulder with a 12 gauge slug.
Oh,
Yeah, and they arrested him, and he was in the hospital for something like 12 hours or so, and then they threw him in jail. And he was badly injured, very badly injured. So I wrote a letter to the sheriff of his county, of the county where this happened, and it was a good letter, Darren. This is some of my best work, bro. I was on fire, man. You know, and I quoted the law, I quoted the Constitution. I specifically stated I'm not a detractor of law enforcement. I don't hate law enforcement. In fact, I'm pretty friendly with law enforcement here in Maine. A lot of the law enforcement community knows me. A lot of the sheriffs know me. I've written to the sheriffs in Maine when I put up the sheriff's forum, and but this is a good man, and he's done a lot of good for the people of Maine. He's widely beloved, and I want to see him treated fairly, and I want the truth to come out. Well, I was immediately told that this was a terrible thing that I had done, and I was told that this would make it worse. A lot of people were very upset with me for writing that letter, and I said we all should send a letter. That's what I asked. I said every single person who reads this letter, if you agree with what I wrote in it, print a copy, send it to the sheriff, write a little note at the bottom. Okay, this guy Dana wrote this letter. I agree with him. You know, Paul Gosselin should be freed, and that always happens to me, that people just they always say don't make a fuss, you'll make it worse. That's the overriding theme. You'll make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
And when I speak
Yeah,
the
right.
truth, I'm just I'm right there. I'm right in your face. Here's the truth. You know, they don't like that.
That's it. You're making what work? So you're now admitting that there's a problem by saying you're going to make it worse.
Yes.
So you don't have the balls to come out and be like,
no,
hey, we have a problem
no.
here. You know, like, you're going to make it worse.
Yeah, just be quiet. Just let yourself get raped. If you fuss, it might make it worse.
Why did they throw him in jail?
They claimed he was trying to run over one of the police officers that were there. There's a video of it online, and the video of the incident, and it's utterly preposterous. He was not trying to run anyone over. He was trying to get away. He was having a PTSD episode. He's a combat veteran, and he has PTSD.
I'm sorry, when people start shooting shotguns at me after I wake up, I'm usually pretty timid and trying to get the frig out of where I'm at.
Yep.
That's the first thing I'm thinking.
Well, yeah, so they say he was trying to run over the cops. That's bullshit. He was definitely not trying to run over the cops. And yeah, he's got shrapnel in his shoulder now. He was stripped of his license again. I mean, the whole thing is just utterly ridiculous what they did to this man.
And I'm sure he's getting the best of medical attention while he's in the jail.
Exactly.
But that's the problem, right? Because people don't want to stand up for what's right. They rather be complacent and say, just turn a blind eye to it and it'll just go away. The problem's not going away.
Exactly.
If we don't stand up, like even all the advocates all across the country, good, bad, or indifferent, right? We're making a little headway, but we need everybody to stand up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking for this here. See if we can pull this up. Yeah, everybody needs to they've got to stop putting up. You know what? I'm gonna play this today. This is I'm gonna play this because I saw this. Do you? I know, Dana, you're not a big fan of my flat Earth concept, but there's a guy named well, his name is the Finnish flat earther. I was gonna speak his real name for a minute, and then I forgot what it was, but it's Tyler something. And I actually put this post up on my Facebook, so it won't take me much. It's like a 4-minute clip, but I just want. Hopefully this is here. Hopefully I did do it. Yeah. All right. I want everybody to just take a listen to this here and what this guy says about what the truth is. This is pretty well, just listen. Let me get Gunner out of the way here.
Secret covenant, which is the Rockefeller. If you want to know exactly what's going on in the world, and I mean exactly, well, you need to hear the secret covenant, which is the. If you want to know exactly what's going on in the world, and I mean exactly, well, you need to hear the secret covenant, which is the Rockefeller Masonic Creed. But if you listen to it and you know my work, you'll know whose creed it really is. Now I'm going to read it, but I'm also going to put a link in all the comments. And you can listen to it from the 13 controlling families point of view, or you can listen to it from the real point of view. The Secret Covenant, Empire of Illusion. An illusion, it will be so large, so vast, it will escape their perception. Those who will see it will be thought of as insane. We will create separate fronts to prevent them from seeing the connection between us. Behave as if we are not connected to keep the illusion alive. Our goal will be accomplished one drop at a time so as to never bring suspicion upon ourselves. This will also prevent them from seeing the changes as they occur. We will always stand above the relative field of their experience, for we know the secrets of the absolute. We'll work together always and will remain bound by blood and secrecy. Death will come to those who speak. We'll keep their lifespans short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. We'll use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so they will never see what is happening. We'll use soft metals, aging accelerants, and sedatives in food and water, also in their eggs. Will be blanketed by poisons everywhere they turn. The soft metals will cause them to lose their minds. We will promise to find a cure from our many fronts, yet we will feed them more poison. The poisons will be absorbed right through their skin and mouth. They will destroy their minds and reproductive systems. For all this, their children will be born dead, while we conceal the information from them. Poisons will be hidden in everything that surrounds them, in what they eat, what they drink, and breathe, and wear. We must be ingenious in dispensing the poisons, for they can see far. We will teach them that the poisons are good, with fun images and musical tones. Those they look up to will enlist them to push our poisons. They will see our products being used in film and will grow accustomed to them and will never know their true effect. When they give birth, we will inject poisons into the blood of their children and convince them that it's for their health. We will start early on, when their minds are young. We will target their children with what children love most, sweet things. When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals that will kill their mind and still their future. When their ability to learn has been affected, we will create medicine that will keep them sicker and cause other diseases for which we will create yet more medicine. We will render them docile and weak before us by our power. They will grow depressed, slow, and obese. And when they come to us for help, we will give them more poison. We will focus their attention toward money and material goods so they may never connect with their inner self. We will distract them with fornication, external pleasures, and games so they may never know the oneness of it all. Their minds will belong to us, and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we will find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. We shall use fear as our weapon. We will establish their governments and establish opposites within. We will use both sides. We will always hide our objective, but can carry out our plan. They will perform our labor for us, and we will prosper from their toil. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure, always, for it is the way. We will make them kill each other when it suits us. We will keep them separated from the oneness by dogma and religion. We will control all aspects of their lives and tell them what to think and how. We will guide them kindly and gently, letting them think they are guiding themselves. We will form an animosity between them through our factions. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death, whichever suits us best. We'll make some rip their hearts apart and kill their own children. We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally, anger as our friend. The hate will blind them totally, and never shall they see that from their conflicts we emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. They will bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbors for as long as we see fit. We will benefit greatly from this, for they will not see us, for they cannot see us. We will continue to prosper from their wars and their death. We shall repeat this over and over until our ultimate goal is accomplished. We will continue to make them live in fear and anger to images and sounds. We will use all tools we have to accomplish this. The tools will be provided by their labor. We will make them hate themselves and their neighbors. We will always hide the divine truth from them, that they and we are all one. This they must never know. They must never know that color is an illusion, and they must always think that they are not equal. Drop by drop, we will advance our goal. We will take over their land, resources, and wealth to exercise total control over them. We will deceive them into accepting laws that will steal the little freedom they have left. We will establish a money system that will imprison them forever, keeping them and their children in debt. When they shall band together, we shall accuse them of crimes that present a different story to the world, for we shall own all the media. We'll use our media to control the flow of information and their sentiment in our favor. When they shall rise up against us, we will crush them like insects, for they are less than that. They will be helpless to do anything, for they have no weapons. We will recruit some of their own to carry out our plans. We will promise them eternal life, but eternal life they will never have, for they are not us. I want to repeat that part. They are not us. The recruits will be called initiates and will be indoctrinated to believe false rites of passage to higher realms. Members of these groups will think they are one with us, never knowing the truth. They must never learn this truth, for they can turn against us. For their work, they'll be rewarded with earthly things and great titles, but never will they become immortal and join us. Never will they receive the light and travel the stars. They will never reach the higher realms, for the killing of their own kind will prevent passage to the realm of enlightenment. This they will never know. The truth will be hidden in their face, so close they will not be able to focus on it until it is too late. Oh yes, so grand the illusion of freedom will be that they will never know that they are slaves. When all is in place, the reality we have created for them will own them. This reality will be their prison. They will live in self-delusion. When our goal is accomplished, a new era of domination will begin. Their minds will be bound by their beliefs, the beliefs we have established for them through time. But if they ever found out they are equal, we shall perish then. They must never know. If they ever find out together they can vanquish us, they will take action. They must never know and never find out what we have done. For if they do, we shall have no place to run, for it will be easy to see who we are once the veil has fallen. Once the veil has fallen. Our actions will have revealed who we are, and they will hunt us down, and no person shall give us shelter. This is the secret covenant by which we shall live the rest of our present and future lives, for this reality will transcend many generations and lifespans. This covenant is sealed in blood, our blood, we, the ones who from heaven to earth came. This covenant must never be known to exist. It must never ever be written of or spoken of, for if it is, the consciousness it will spawn will release the fury of the prime creator upon us, and we shall be cast to the depths from whence we came and remain there until the end of time, of infinity itself. Now you can make of this what you want, but I clearly know who wrote this. And if it doesn't make sense to you, well, then you have hours of my videos to watch. And if you want to know who the head fallen is, well, is the angel from the bottomless pit. His name is Abaddon, A-Bad-Don, otherwise known as Lucifer. But of course, as always, this is only for entertainment purposes. I don't really think there are fallen angels here who have a secret pact to keep us numb and dumb and enslaved and not knowing that there's a heavenly creator. So you give them all of your worship instead of him. Just like I'm only a satire account, I don't really care about liberating humanity from our enslavement that has been going on for centuries. Entertainment only, my friends. Share this with everyone before it's taken down.
So what's your thoughts on that, Dana? Tiff?
Well, we won't be getting metal caps anymore on our teeth around this bitch.
Dana, what is your thoughts on that?
Very consistent with what I have learned over the years that I've been digging into all the various issues. Very, very consistent with everything else I've learned. So, and we do see the poisons. They put fluoride in our water. They're spraying chemicals in our skies. They are
They're kidnapping our children.
We inject our children with neurotoxins and shaming people and ridiculing them, even threatening to kidnap their children if they refuse. We're there. That's where we are.
Mm-hmm. And to say that these same groups aren't the ones that are making it so our children are taken and trafficked and done horrible things to would be just, I mean, what are they doing with these kids, right? Where are these kids going? Where do they go? Who are these evil elite people that these kids are going to? Listen to, oh man, what's her name? What's her name? I can't think of her name right now. The one that came out that said that she was with P. Diddy, that CPS is the one that started her track there.
Okay.
She's big. She's a big. What's her name?
I don't know, but I know who you're talking about. I don't know her name.
I can't think of her name. But she'll tell you that it's these elites, Joe Biden and Obama and all of them were all involved in all of this stuff.
Yep.
These people that think that the Epstein Island stuff is a joke, and this is not. This is all true stuff. This is all real things that are going on in this world. And I don't know what we're going to do. We need to do nothing short of abolishing CPS, because that there's bigger entities at hand here than just these laws and legislation and this stupid, all these bigger pictures involved in all of this stuff. And we all need to realize that we're part of a bigger picture and we're part of a bigger thing. And they've done such a great job of making us think that we're nothings and that we mean nothing, and then when maybe you are something, they come and they take your kids from you. We can't let you stand up. We can't let you rise up. We're going to come and take your kids. So now we're going to turn you into nothing and put you back into that spot. And that's exactly what they do.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know. People think you're crazy for listening to stuff like this, but after seeing what I've seen and how demonic these people are, and, people that just pass by what the Epstein files showed, how is that not news in this country? They're eating children. Hello.
They can't face it is the problem. See, the people are so overwhelmed by the depth and the breadth and the horrible nature that they can't deal with it. It's just easier just to close their brains. And for whatever reason, I'm not wired that way, and obviously neither are you guys. But a lot of people are. They just close their eyes and their ears because it's too much. They can't handle it.
Right, but when too much is the truth, like how do we get here again? And it seems like we always go back to these same questions. How do we get the people that aren't convinced that this is what's going on to be convinced to help us to win this fight? How do you do it? I mean, you've been trying forever, Dana.
Yeah.
I've been trying for a long time. Tiff's been trying for a long time. Tiff gets minor successes in her venues, but only because she forces herself into those venues.
Yep.
But I mean, is that the key? Like, how do we convince these people that this is what's right and this is what's legit and this is what's the reality and this is what we're facing? How do we do this?
I wish I knew, my friend. I really do. I mean, all I'm going to say is I'm just going to keep going, and it'll go where it goes. Not much more I can do. I've made a lot more enemies than friends. Pissed off a lot of people here in Maine.
Yeah, but you know what? That's part of it, right? Because I know I pissed off people, but I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
If you can't handle the truth, who said that? Muhammad Ali? Somebody said that.
I think Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, you're thinking of.
You can't handle the truth. That's in A Few Good Men.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Well, whatever.
You can't handle the truth.
If you can't handle
Muhammad Ali.
I don't know. Oh, he was sting like a
like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah. You can tell I don't watch that shit because I think it's kind of mean to be beating people up unless they did something to you. but if we're not pissing people off, then we're not doing our job right. Like I know, I wear this badge proudly. Tiffany Wise is the most hated bitch, Frederick County, and hell, the whole state of Virginia. But they know that I'm not playing any games. And what I'm
Congratulations.
telling them is, thank you. What I'm telling them is the truth. You just want to keep people oppressed about it, and you want to tell
Yep.
everybody that I'm lying. But if they
Yep.
do their research, they're going to find out that you're lying and I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, think of the when we did the podcast with Jessica Saxon and Lewis
Yeah.
Ewing, and Lewis Ewing kept making claims, right? And go back and look. He makes a claim. So, like for example, he was talking about her asking for money, and when she was given an opportunity to respond, she said she didn't ask for money and wasn't asking for money. And then we find out, it turns out he's the one asking for money, not asking for money, demanding money, and not even a little bit of money, $1,000 before he'll even look at you. Right. And he kept making these statements and claims. And I kept saying, you're not addressing the point. And he wasn't. He didn't answer the question. He didn't address what was said. He just changed the subject and started talking about something else. Well, I don't let people get away with that shit, see? And that's what pisses them off. I'll point out, you didn't answer the question, right? And they get mad as hell, don't they? Why? Because they're lying. That's narcissistic behavior. That's what narcissists do. They accuse other people of doing the things that they do, right? Then they express outrage, anger, and even threats of violence because how dare you, blah, 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 and this and that, and impugn my integrity and blah, blah, blah. And they do not answer direct questions. They do not respond to what you're saying because they just can't admit the truth. They can't admit, you know what? That's right. You're right, Darren. You know, you said, did you do this thing? Well, I don't see if that's relevant to the others. See, didn't answer my question. Did you do it or not? Just say whether you did or didn't. They won't do it. And that's why people get pissed at me, and that's why people get pissed at Tiffany, because we're not going to play your stupid little game. We're not going to hide the truth. We're not going to spare your delicate little feelings. You know, put your big boy pants on and deal with it.
Pull in. That's right. Get them on the block.
And when you're right, you're right. If someone's right, then you just say, okay, you're right. That's a good point, Tiff. You're right.
Yeah, so many people can't do that.
No.
And that's why we get so shunned by talking about CPS being a kidnapping, child trafficking system.
Yep.
People don't want to hear it.
Nope.
They don't want to hear that this is the truth, that this is what's going on. And it is the truth. So when all of us go to court individually and we're sitting there saying our kids were kidnapped and that they're trafficking our children, they are paying for our kids. They are buying and selling our children.
Yep.
They are, if you look up the definition of trafficking, they are trafficking our kids.
Yep.
But yet we all get shamed into being, oh, you're going to say trafficking, whiny. But if you even went just by the definition, it's absolutely right there, right in front of you. It's the definition of trafficking.
But the even more fucked up part about it is we're paying these motherfuckers to steal our kids.
Yeah, that's our money they're using to pay these people. Insane.
Yep. And to traffic them. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. So the only thing that we can do, again, and I stress this, and I know people they've been made to lose faith in voting, but you can't lose faith in that vote. You've got to at least hold something of the American dream alive, and voting, I think, is the key to this. Or there's that, and then there's also standing up and getting involved. You've got to be able to get up, get involved in your local politics, start from the ground and work your way up into the system. You know, there's plenty of people out here that have plenty of time left in their lives that they can make a difference, you know, being affected by CPS, whether it's getting into your town council and working your way up into politics that way, or doing something, because we've got to do something more and something different than we're doing now to make this CPS thing change and go away. We're not doing, I don't think we're not doing enough. We're not doing the right things because it's not going away. As a matter of fact, the machine is the wheels are going heavier and heavier and heavier. Now they're funding more foster care. Now they're doing more things to show to you that there's going to be more children taken. They're not taking away anything. They're not bringing back these things. They're certainly not trying to stop the incentivized adoptions. They're not trying to do any of this, and there's got to be something that's done in the long run, and things have got to be done differently. Something's got to change in this CPS movement to make this thing a real locomotive machine. And until we figure out what that is, we're going to be just driving that train. That's it, That's just it's not going nowhere.
That's why we need to get people at these because this is a voting year. I'm so sorry. I'm going to stop.
Back to the voting. Yep. We need to push.
Yeah, I want to touch on
find
that.
out.
Well,
Cause
no,
this
not
is
just
important.
that. We need to have people like me, Dana, you, and other people out there asking these people the hard questions. So what are you going to do about CPS? You talked about everything but CPS, child support, family courts. So what are you planning on doing about that? I promise you're going to hear crickets.
Mm-hmm. No question.
You were going to add something to that too, Dana.
Yeah, because the subject of voting is controversial and should not be controversial. Okay, a lot of people statistically, according to my research, very roughly 50% of the nation doesn't vote on at least on a regular basis. And I've seen a lot of Facebook posts from people who are disdainful of voting and disdainful of those of us who vote. And they say things along the lines of, all you're doing is supporting a corrupt system. It doesn't matter who you vote for, so forth and so on. And these things are very misleading. The powers that be, the evil overlords, as I call them, do not want us to vote, because the fewer people vote, the more power they have in the elections, because their people will vote and their people try to control the elections. And yes, there is widespread election fraud, folks. If you're not aware of this, because you haven't looked into the issue. If you look into it, you will quickly discover that there is abundant election fraud. And it's a natural thing for that to happen, because these people, these power mongers, want power. They will do whatever it takes to gain power and hold power. They want the people that are elected to positions of power to work for them and answer to them, not to answer to we the people. So if you live in the United States, you live in a constitutional republic, whether you want to or not, doesn't matter. Just like if you fall off a cruise ship and you're swimming around in the ocean, you're there whether you want to be or not. It doesn't matter how much you don't want to be there. You are there. And in the world, there are basically two forms of government. Wherever you are, there's going to be a government. Okay, that is a fact. So there's two ways to go with governments. There are totalitarian governments, kings, queens, even socialist regimes, Chinese Communist Party. There's a ruling class, and they rule with an iron fist. They use threats, coercion, violence, kidnapping, torture, murder, any tool they can. They'll do anything to hold power. You will do what you're told, or you will be ruthlessly punished. The enforcers will show up, and they will kidnap you, and they will throw you in jail, and they will torture you, and they will murder you if they want to, because that's how those systems work. So we are very fortunate to live in a constitutional republic. And the constitutional republic was created by our founding fathers with a very specific purpose and intention. And voting is the absolute lifeblood of this constitutional republic. If you don't vote, all you're doing is handing power to someone else. You're not making any statements. You're not improving anything. And it makes me so angry, Dylan, when I see these lame justifications, and they're always full of, I'm a cosmic child of the universe, and I'm not going to empower the evil doers by participating in their corrupt system. It's all feel good, blah, blah, blah bullshit. Okay, because someone's going to get elected. And if you don't vote, then all you're doing is giving power to other people. You're letting other people elect someone, and that person's going to have power over you. And in the ultimate worst case scenario, A bunch of agents are going to show up at your door, knocking on your door with police. They're going to tell you that there's been a complaint or concern that your child is being mistreated. They're going to demand to have access to your home. You've committed no crime, okay? And you're a constitutional American, so your rights are clearly defined in the Constitution and get bestowed to you by your creator. But those people won't care. And they are empowered by the people we elect or held accountable. And it can happen. It can work. The system, there's nothing wrong with our system. What's wrong is with us. We, the people, let it get corrupted. We let these people get elected. We don't impeach them when they're doing wrong things. We don't hold them accountable, and then we send them back. And if we don't vote, we're just sealing our fate. If we don't vote, we are sealing our fate. If half the people out there who don't vote all got up and voted, someone new would get elected, the other guy. Okay, let's say I run for office and everyone says, you can't win, Dana. Well, why can't I win? Well, no one will vote for you. Well, I know a few people that would vote for me. Yeah, but not enough people are going to vote for you that you could win. Well, why not? Well, because, people want to vote for this guy or that guy because it's the established system. And they're always afraid that if they don't vote for the other guy, then the guy they don't want to win will win. Lesser of two evils paradigm. Well, what if all the people out there that didn't vote just voted for me?
Mm-hmm.
What if I did win? Because I would stand right up and I would say Child Protective Services needs to be abolished, and I would bring out the facts, I'd bring out the receipts, and I would talk about all the children that were murdered and kidnapped, abused in custody of foster parents and Child Protective Services. I'd put it right on TV, on social media, and I'd be loud. But people don't vote.
Well,
and the guy
then we need to get working on you.
Yeah, well, I've talked about that a lot, but at the end of the day, number one, I don't want to do it because it's like bathing in raw sewage. And number two, I don't know if it would necessarily be effective any more than if I were just able to get the angry citizen movement sufficiently powerful enough to have that kind of pull. See? Because at the end of the day, it's like I don't have to be the senator to hold the senator accountable. So, yeah, and I would not want to do that. I can't imagine how hideous it would be to have to go to that place and listen to those people talking. And I know they'd kick me out there within a week. That I would be kicked out. There's no question in my mind.
I'd be gone in a day, so you would beat me out.
They would not like me.
No doubt in my mind about that. No doubt.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy. And it's just crazy how many people think we're crazy. How many people think that this is far-fetched that we're talking about this right now and running for politics. It's not far-fetched, people. We need to get involved in this system because the system is what's controlling us. And if we can't get a leg or something into this system to grasp it and to try to start to change it from the inside out, we won't ever change this system.
That's right.
Like, we're not talking about changing it tomorrow. I mean, this is probably a decade away. If we even started a full-fledged assault on inserting ourselves into politics and all of these things now. But at least it would be in the works because right now, just running around, hooting and hollering, trying to do this, that, and this is only causing diversion amongst all the advocates or leading advocates or whatever you want to call these, the people that are out there trying to, be the man right now. It's just, it can and it should happen. But I mean, who's willing to go the distance and be right next to you when it does, or when it comes at you and you get taken down for having these views, you get arrested or I get arrested or Tiff gets arrested? How many people are going to come to our aid and be like, no, we believe in what they were saying. And these people need our support. Like there's the other problem. Osiris said that all the time, was like, who's ass going to come be at me? It's kind of a good question right now.
That's right.
But who's going to come get me when he's in jail? Like who's going to do that? I mean, that dude is straight up, right on the nose, right on the damn nose, even right to the particular situation he's in right now over ones that he had, talked about in previous episodes. So, I mean, it's just, I do believe too that there's just so much that's involved with this that so many don't notice or haven't noticed or whatever. We just need to get them educated and change the stigma, and that's the way I see it. And I see so many other groups starting to. I don't know if they see it or they're just copying everybody's things. I don't know. But one way or the other, it's not happening the way that it's supposed to be happening. And we need more support from the people of this country so that we can get up and rise against them if need be. And, that's that, man. That's where I'm at with that.
When's Robert coming on?
I don't know. He's hadn't gotten back to me after he left me that one message that he was coming on. So hopefully, I told him that, let's just shoot for next week now, obviously, because tomorrow night we have the Main Matters show. Dana and I do that. That was exciting last week. If any of you guys missed it, you should go back and watch it. It was pretty exciting for our first show. So I don't know. Hopefully, have an answer about Garza, the next couple of days, and then we can get it out there for you guys. If it's going to be Monday or whatever, I'll make sure if I post it, I'll get it out there for you guys. That was just a redundant sentence.
It can't, because it can't be Monday. You got that guy coming back on.
Oh yeah. We have, boy, you should have seen. I don't know if you caught the episode last night, Dana, but Mr. Daniel Roberts was his name, right? I believe, yeah. This guy is in hiding, for God's sakes, because he's exposed so much stuff. So he's hiding in wherever the hell he is, and no one's listening to him either. They all think he's crazy. They think he's nuts, boy. Thinking that he's running away from the United States just to avoid going to jail, and
yeah. I've been watching a Netflix documentary called Hitler's Circle of Evil, talking about the rise of the Nazis, the Nazi Party, and Hitler in Germany. And it's just fascinating to me to see so many of the techniques that they used being used today. Propaganda is a very powerful tool. And if you're watching like mainstream media, and I don't anymore, but I mean, it's pretty frightening to see it. What to me is very, very obviously, transparently propaganda designed to make you think a certain way. Like, as an example, a lot of people are familiar with the date of January 6th, 2000. What was it? 2020, 2021. I don't. So the January 6th, they called it a riot, which it really was not a riot. It was a protest gathering. There were 1.5 million people there, and the people that were predominantly causing problems and committing crimes were FBI paid people. They during the congressional hearings, they claimed there were no FBI agents in the crowds that day, but that's because they weren't technically agents. They were employed by the FBI, but they were not agents of the FBI. So that's why they answered no, they weren't agents, but they were being dishonest. There were 172, I think, is the final number now that this information is out. Agitators, professional agitators. But when the media plays footage, they play the same very brief clips over and over and over and over and over. There's a famous clip where there's a police officer caught in a door, and he's apparently, like, what, the door has been sort of closed on him, and he's caught, his head's in the door, and he's moaning, and you can hear yelling, and they play that over and over and over and over and over to show how the poor police were assaulted by the terrible rioters that are, of course, all Donald Trump supporters. It's propaganda. They didn't cover the day, honestly. They downplayed the numbers because, God forbid, that America realized that there were 1.5 million very peaceful Americans. And I know a number of people that were there that day and told me their own firsthand experiences about what happened that day. And the media is not capturing the mood of the day. The mood was very peaceful. There were no crimes committed until the agents showed up in their white vans and got out, or not the agents, employees, the FBI goons, the professional agitators showed up in their white vans, dispersed through the crowd, And all of a sudden there was shouting and angry people and demands for, you know, entrance to buildings and so forth. So it was all a setup. But the media has so much power, and their propaganda is so strong. And most people, unfortunately, are pretty gullible. That's why, you know, P.T. Barnum said there's a sucker born every minute. And unfortunately, he was right. But that's really just an unkind way of saying there's a kind, trusting person born every minute. Okay, a sucker is just a person who's trusting. If you tell them that a thing is so, they believe you. If you tell them you're an expert and the expert says this is the way we keep our children safe, you want to believe them. You don't want to doubt and think that they're really self-serving and that they're actually doing the opposite of what they say, because good, kind, decent people believe that other people are good, kind, decent people. So at the end of the day, that's why God gives us discernment, so we can determine for ourselves what's true and what's false, and ask the important questions, and don't just believe what we're told, especially if it's on the TV. We have this tool right now, the internet, where we can talk to anyone we want to. And if anyone wants to, you know, hear us, all they have to do is go to your YouTube channel and click on the link, and there we are. And they can hear what we have to say, and they can make up their own minds about whether they think what we're telling them is the truth or not. And that's an important tool, an invaluable tool in how we win.
Wow, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's just so much information to consume and so much information to even get and think about if you don't start and pay attention to what's going on in here. You know, like everybody jokes around about the legalese. Well, I remember 3 years ago, that was one of the hottest commodities. You know, everybody was teaching this, whatever I just said.
Legalese is what you said. I don't know what that is.
Yes, legalese. Well, you know, like they draw up all these petitions and all this, you know, even in some of the textbooks and stuff, so you can't understand what they're really saying, and then they get awarded money, you know, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's like
So,
the bar wants to have a stranglehold on the entire industry of law, because they don't want us to know our rights. They don't want us to know the law. They don't want us to know that it is possible to prevail in court without an attorney, and it's not nearly as hard as it's made out to be. I'm not saying it's easy, but they make it out like you're just if you go down that road, you're dead. You're done. You're gonna absolutely perish, and you're a fool to do it. And that's because they don't want us to do it. They don't want us to realize that it is doable. You know, it's not as hard as they want us to believe it is. It's not easy, but it's not nearly as hard as they want us to believe.
Well, I'm about to do it. I'm about to get my petition going. But I don't care. I already told them I'll take everybody on, so bring them all.
Good. Good for you.
So, Fax, why don't you give us the lowdown here? You want to come in for a minute and give us the lowdown on what went down today with the Debbie Anderson case here?
Well, I can tell you because I got a message from Chris. So a couple of days ago, they were talking about TPRing her, and now all of a sudden the TPR stopped. So let's hope they keep it at a TPR, because they've tried to TPR her before.
Man. Yeah, it's just disgusting that they can just fall back on this stressful point and be like, okay, I know we got out of this before, but now let's do it again. You know, it's just it's horrible. It's absolutely
they'll
horrible.
do anything. Like I said before, the devil will do anything. Any tool, anything is available to him as a tool. So
and that's why the affidavits are so important.
Exactly right.
That's why. So make sure you guys get those. Oh, hey, Dana, do you know that we have a new app here?
I don't know. Do I know that we have a new app?
Well, yeah, I kind of mentioned it to you, but it's called the address is www.reunification.central, and this is a place that people can go, and if they're missing their loved ones, or you know, like a parent to their kids that were taken by CPS, or vice versa, or if you're a family member looking for your kids on CPS, you go here. The first 1,000 people are going to be free in this, and even once you get into the having to pay version, it's nothing at all. It's $10 a year, or $20 for a lifetime, $20 for a lifetime tag on it. But on the same hand, there's a free, there's just different things that you can move up to or whatever, but it is free to sign up. The first 1,000 people are free to get in there. There is a donation button on there too that helps us fund all of the stuff that we do, guys. So if you can do something like that, that's cool too. But yeah, it's a really cool app. You go in here, you get on it here so I can show you. You come in, you sign in, boom. You do your input, you do your PIN number again, whatever, blah blah blah. Log in under a Google account, an Apple account, Microsoft, Facebook, LinkedIn, all that stuff. I like to do the Google machine. Let me see if you guys can still see this. Once you get signed in, it brings you in here, and what you can do in here, Dana, is there's the emergency alert boost. So if you're really trying to get your point out there so everybody sees it, you can click on this, and for $5 it'll have your message that goes across the top here. Because we're anticipating a lot of people trying to use this. And then what you do is you go in here to the map, and then here's where there are people looking for their kids, or there's a little thing here. So like this one's looking for family member. These other 3 are parents searching for their children that have been taken by CPS. You can see that there. And then when you come back out of here, out of the map, you search profiles, but you sign up. You can leave a video message, type in a message, all this stuff. Here's what your profile will look like. That way, if someone's coming to look for you, they type in a search, and there's a likelihood matcher up there also. Once it starts filling up, hopefully we have way more people getting in on this. So if you guys see this, like and share it, or whatever it is, those things that you do. We're going to have a lot more things coming to the app to try to help people find their loved ones. But I think it's a pretty awesome thing. And if you don't necessarily know anybody or you are not yourself looking for your kids, there's got to be someone out there that that does. So please get this to them, and let's see if we can't reunite some families, man.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be really huge. And then, of course, we have the CPS Punisher app, which helps you educate you for what you need to know in your CPS cases. That's at www.thecpspunisher.com. And then we also have Tiff and I's new book. The Constitution is your armor. CPS is the weapon. Or your enemy, I'm sorry. CPS is your enemy. And you can get that on Amazon. It's great. We read a little piece of it the other day online. It's definitely worth a read for everybody. So make sure you check out these things. And this helps us keep these programs going and all of these apps going. The radio station, I think I'm going to try to get up tonight. So we'll have the radio station back. There's more things to come. So a lot more things are coming out. So, ride with us on this stuff too, guys. We have a Tiff and Punisher Facebook page now too, so go over there and join that. Just look up Tiff and the Punisher, and you will. It's Tiff and the Punisher, because Facebook or Meta won't allow you to do in the pun. So it is and the Punisher on Facebook. So go there and sign up for our Facebook group as well.
There you go.
Yeah. So. That's that. Yes, and today is Alex's birthday, Danielle's son, but she's not home yet. So please, guys, in your prayers, pray hard for him. Hopefully, this is Danielle's right, and they were hiding him or stealing him because of some stupid bullshit thing that he had going on for, till he turned. I forget, he's 21 or 22 this year. But one of the ways that they were holding onto him was for the money train. So. Hopefully we're right about this and that he's just in hiding somewhere, or let's just try to get him home to Danielle, and everybody give your praise to her and to Brenda Cameron too, who is still locked up in jail, and to Osiris as well, because he's still having his rights taken away from him.
Yeah, I got an update about him today. So New Jersey's picking him up.
Oh my God.
I don't know when. I just got the update today. I guess as soon as they move him, I'll get a call. So I'll keep everybody updated.
Talk about wind out of your sails.
Yep. It's a war, my friend. We're at war. It's good versus evil. this is how, you know, it goes. It sucks, but here we are.
Yeah. It really is. It really is a war. And then tomorrow night, guys, don't forget that we have our Main Matters show. It's what time do we come on, Dana?
7 p.m. Eastern time.
7 p.m. Eastern time. We will be there tomorrow night, and we'll be giving you some main information out. So please join us there and show your support. And don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe and to do all of that stuff that we need to do here to get us out in the algorithm. I know we don't say that enough because it's not even what's on our minds most of the time, because we're here, we come in, we get to business, but it is important to keep us keep our content going through, to keep our content going through and making sure that we can stay up on the front of things, because if we get we don't have people talking in the text, if we don't have people liking and sharing and those things, they will
they'll hide
take us out of this
us.
algorithm. Yes, we'll get put in the back. But this is what we do for tomorrow night here, guys. Just check it out.
And the people in charge are counting on you to stay quiet about it. Taxes, housing, corruption, jobs, healthcare, the issues pile up while the headlines keep spinning. But two voices refuse to look away. The Angry Citizen, the CPS Punisher. Main Matters is the podcast that doesn't flinch. Real talk, real accountability, no filters. The truth about your state starts here.
Whew. That's
stuff.
good. That's real good. Yep.
And all those people
right,
out
everybody.
there, if you've been affected by CPS or you know someone who's been affected by CPS, share this with them. Let them know there's a common source of information and resources. And once enough people get together, then we'll have some accountability. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. We're in a war. And we got to fight it because a lot of people can't do it themselves, So, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys very much for another week of Tiff and the Punisher. Tiff, you got anything else to say?
Just have a good weekend and don't let CPS in your home.
There you go.
That's right. Tell them no warrants. Have a good weekend, everybody. Don't forget, tomorrow night, me and Dana, Main Matters.
This corruption is going to stop. It's pushing good people over the top. It's causing pain they don't deserve. These fucking judges, what a nerve. I can smell the smoke in the air. People losing their lives every day. We can't stand for this bullshit game. It's time to light this shit on fire. Let's burn the bitch down. They take our lives. Let's burn the bitch down. It should be no surprise. Let's burn the bitch down. They deserve what they get. Let's burn the bitch down. There is no regret. They're taking kids, ruining their future, making dads run scared through the fire. The court's destroying families, they're such a liar. Consider yourself told. Let's burn the bitch down. They cause our pain. Let's burn the bitch down. We're not insane. Let's burn the bitch down. They had their chance. Let's burn the bitch down. We show our stance. We won't stand for this anymore. Here I am, let's settle the score. I don't wanna bust your balls. Your Honor, you need to fall. You lie almost every day. Pissed off parents are on their way. You can get away with this anymore. I'm scared when they pound on the door. You think this is a joke? You'll know better when you smell the smoke. We won't stand for this anymore. We are parents headed to war. Let's burn the bitch down. Let's burn the bitch down. Let's burn the bitch
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?